don't know, could he be described as the wild one? Or is she the wild one in the relationship? And I don't even know if we should go there, considering that he has been called the shock jock on the Rude Awakening. Good morning, Mr. Jeremy Mansfield and Jackie Mansfield.
Good morning.
Lovely to have you in the studio. So who's the wild one?
She's the wild one.
Is she?
Definitely. Absolutely.
Don't really know what to say to that.
No, it's not a negative thing.
I think
I'm
it
just
depends
saying
what you're referring to. If it's game and animals, yes.
Yeah, no, she is the one in the relationship who goes, let's go here. And I go, okay,
I
darling.
love it.
And she then just goes.
Adventure.
Lives to
Yes,
travel.
you never have too much of that.
Well, listen, haven't you just had the most hectic adventure just a few days ago? Are you not fresh back from Libya?
Yeah.
You crazy people, you.
Yeah, I don't know if that qualifies as an adventure or an experience.
Tell us more.
It's a very difficult
You
thing
went,
to
you
sum
went,
up.
well, you went really because you went to the zoo, am I right?
Yeah.
A lot of, and how was that?
We've done work before for an NGO, which has a base in South Africa, but its main base is Austrian, called Veerforten.
Which means four paws.
Four paws. Mm-hmm. And we've done work with their lion sanctuary here in Bethlehem in the Free State.
They've got this incredible place called Lions Rock, which, as Jem says, is a sanctuary, and they rescue large cats, tigers, lions that are kept in pubs and restaurants in appalling conditions in Europe and circuses. Mm-hmm. And they come out to South Africa, and they've got this massive place in Lions Rock. So it's an incredible place, very beautiful place.
These guys, just to give you some indication, have literally taken every dancing bear off the streets of Romania.
Yeah,
And
they haven't come to South Africa. They've gone to another sanctuary in Europe.
Yeah.
So Four Paws, we've got a good relationship with them and very fortunate
They're doing
to work with
great
them.
work.
Yeah,
Wow.
they are. They're really, really making a significant difference.
And when the problems hit Egypt, they went in there and sorted out all the, because when the waves of violence went through Egypt, obviously tourism
Just dropped to zero. And around the pyramids you can ride camels and horses. That's just the one aspect that people can relate to. So the tourism fell to zero, and the families couldn't afford to keep the horses that tourists used to ride on and the camels next to the pyramids. So Four Paws went in there and did a rescue mission, and I mean the photos from.
But the horses and the camels.
Yeah, they were starving to death. The people couldn't even take care of themselves, let alone their animals. And I've never in my life seen horses in such appalling conditions.
Jackie, did you go? Were you in Egypt?
I didn't go to Egypt, no. But we were with one of the photographers that came with to Libya, Mikai Vasili, an extraordinary photographer. He had on his laptop, he had pictures from their last rescue mission to Egypt, which were, you had to see them too. It was just unforgettable.
Anyway, we got the call week before last on Friday saying, are we available? And we said, yes, we would be available. And it was only confirmed last week, Monday, and we left on Tuesday night. Flew to Tunis via Paris. Arrived in Tunis, and because there's a no-fly zone in Libya, we had a drive from Tunis to Libya, to Tripoli. It was a 13-hour drive.
Yeah, 13 hours in a little minibus. Actually, no, it was quite a big one. We didn't realize it was luxury at the time. Sticky taped everywhere and blowdart. And
and you realized, at that point, did you stop and think? I mean, did you ever think we're endangering, we're putting our own lives at risk? What are we doing? Or were you just, it was an instant reaction, you knew you needed to go and help?
No, I knew we needed to go and help because Four Paws asked us, to be with them on their rescue mission to the Tripoli Zoo. I absolutely knew without a shadow of a doubt I would be completely unharmed in Libya. Obviously I knew about the civil war, and getting there was a bit of a shock because I don't think I ignored it. I knew that no harm would come to me in Libya. I just knew that without a doubt.
I didn't even think of it, to be honest. It was a call, and we said, yeah, fine, we'll do it. And So we went in. Our introduction to Libya was very interesting because we
Both the entrance and the exit.
Yeah, we went into Libya and we had driven, I reckon, about 50 meters, love. Yeah, into Libya once we'd gone through the boom.
The border is quite confusing. There's several checkpoints, so you're actually not sure. You kind of, it seems to be a lot of no man's land. There's refugee camps on the Tunisian side, and there are soldiers everywhere. And when I say it's not clear, because the Tunisian guys obviously are in uniform, but then you start to get this sort of mishmash of like torn off sleeves and I Love New York t-shirts and Ray-Bans at 3:30 in the morning and bandanas on their hair. You cannot, it's like if you imagine Apocalypse Now crossed with Good Morning Vietnam, crossed with a CNN report.
It's mayhem.
It is the most bizarre. And also little kids. I don't enjoy little kids with rifles and automatic weapons bigger than them. Yeah, and there was 3:30 in the morning and they're playing cards and everyone seems to have white plastic garden furniture. That's like a prerequisite for a roadblock or a rebel fighter or sitting on the side of the road on those things. But we are, as Jim was saying, we crossed the border at about 3:30 in the morning and it was pretty deserted on our side because no one was going into Libya.
The other side was very full.
The other side was just
get out.
Miles and miles and miles of cars. And we're passing through this one open area, very, very neglected. It's like 1,000,000 times worse than Bite Bridge. And these just 2 shots were fired. Just like, dwa, dwa. And
in the dark.
Sure. Yeah, so we weren't sure. Was the guys that we've just passed behind the table? Is it the guys ahead of us? Is it? Yeah, so that was the only time actually that we were scared.
So it was coming into Libya.
Yeah.
Going out of Libya was even worse.
Yeah.
Because when we left Libya on, I don't even know what today is.
I don't know.
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday. Tuesday.
Monday.
Monday. I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't know when it was when we left. We pulled through the boom. We cleared the Libyan side and they lifted the boom. We went through the boom and the other car accompanying us was behind us and they went through the boom. And as they went through the boom, we heard the small arms fire start. And then the semi-automatic weapons opened up, and then
the light artillery,
and
they slammed the border closed, like literally on our tailgate.
And then the big guns
running
opened
and
up,
shouting
and it was.
But why?
Don't know. We were now in the middle between Tunisia and Libya, so we don't know. And we certainly weren't going to go back behind the building and have a look and see what was going on the other side.
But your car wasn't hit.
No, it was all happening behind us. When I got scared was when one of the Libyan Transitional Council vehicles.
You make it sound so fancy. It was freaking Bucky with spray paint all over and a huge caliber anti-aircraft thing parked on the back. Yeah, transitional. Bucky with big guns.
It came reversing past us.
And with everyone shouting, you can't understand. You just
listen, that's far more frightening. It's far more frightening to me, just having a Bucky with guns and people reversing.
Well, this reversed past us, and I thought, okay,
you just think, what the hell are they running from? They're running to Tunisia. What the hell? Yeah, what are they running from?
I just thought, okay, something is happening on the Libyan side, and it's getting through the border. And so these guys have been sent as a backstop. And that's when I got scared. And that's when we just ran. The entire no man's land just ran.
Tunisia, jumping out their cars and running. It was, very bizarre.
What a story. But while you were in Libya, in Tripoli, were you helping out at a zoo?
Yes.
Were you helping out? Just give us a brief outline. Because I spoke to a little bit earlier, Lawrence Anthony. Have you read his book, Babylon's Ark?
Yes. Yeah, at the Baghdad Zoo.
Yeah.
He would have worked with probably one of the most extraordinary men that we know. And I tell you, he ranks up there with Mr. Mandela, is Dr. Amir Khalil. And he would have he worked with him in Baghdad Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, Dr. Amir is with Four Paws. He's one of the project leaders and he runs the disaster relief programs, amongst other things, for Four Paws. He is an incredible man.
And Tripoli Zoo, and I think like any other situation, same with Baghdad Zoo, you're dealing with, I don't know what it is about animal welfare, but freaking egos. You're dealing with zoo director, zoo staff, government, volunteers, donors, your disaster relief team, officialdom, and Amir
red
has
tape.
to,
Just red tape.
he has to try and fulfill everybody's needs, and yet, and of course, the one thing I left out was the animals, and he's got to, that's the primary focus. But to actually help them, there's a hang of a lot that you've got to go through before you are literally hands-on and doing what it is that you most want to do, which is help the animals.
So what was the condition of the animals when you got there? Were they in a bad condition?
Some were okay, some not.
Yeah, the zoo, put it this way, the zoo is, as it stands now, it's not finished. It's been